What if I told you women own nearly 40% of US businesses, but capture just about 6% of total business revenue? That math is not math in here. It isn't matching the effort. Because while women are building businesses in record numbers, they're not seeing the revenue that reflects it. Meanwhile, every scroll shows someone else hitting 6 and 7 figures. Yet your reality is long days, full plates, mental overload, and numbers that still don't reflect your effort. It starts to feel like your business doesn't count unless it hits the magic milestone. But the real issue isn't your work ethic. It's the structural gaps that are keeping your business from growing the way it should. Here's the truth. It's not that it's not possible for you, because it is, but the road to scale isn't just about working harder. It's filled with real obstacles that unfortunately most women face. Limited access to capital, no strategic roadmap, carrying the mental load alone, and still pushing against outdated beliefs about women in leadership. Women now make up nearly half of all small business owners, but most of us are still running solo. We're wearing every hat, doing all the things, trying to hold it together without a real system in place. And that's the real issue. These aren't just gaps in effort, they're structural gaps. And structure is the key that unlocks sustainability and scale. That's what we're here to fix and change. Hey there. I'm Michelle McNair, your host, business strategist, and founder of Nexus Management Solutions. Welcome to the From Chaos to Clarity podcast, where we fix what's messy behind the scenes and where we trade in the grind for growth. This is part 3 of my 3-part series on the 7 biggest mistakes that silently draining your time, your peace, and your potential. If you've ever ended your week feeling like you did everything except move the needle, like you were constantly busy bouncing from one task to the other, but your revenue hasn't budged and your impact feels stalled, then mistakes 6 and 7 are likely the cause. So let's get right into it. Hey, make sure you sign up for my email list and join me for my upcoming 5-day Clarity Accelerator. We're walking through the exact systems that take you from chaos to clarity. Mistake number 6, task chaos versus profit priorities. Let's be honest, the to-do list, it is endless. You got emails, edits, approvals, posts, pings, notification calls, fire drills, you name it. All of it feels urgent, but very little of it is actually important. This is where so many women and minority-owned businesses get stuck, doing a lot, but not building anything, working all day and still feeling behind. You're checking off tasks, attending meetings, handling DMs, maybe even posting content. But the big projects, those systems that you need, the revenue generating strategies, those stay buried until the busy work gets done. And that constant busy work, it doesn't just cost you time, it chips away at your momentum. You spend your energy solving short-term problems instead of building long-term solutions. And when you live in that cycle long enough, it takes its toll. You stop seeing progress and you start to question whether you're really cut out for this. Let me tell you what I mean by task chaos versus profit priorities. You're buried in admin and surface level tasks, while the things that would actually move your business forward sits untouched. The strategic work keeps getting pushed to the side. Those great ideas that could actually grow your business, they sit there untouched. and the routines or processes that could save you time and energy still sitting on the back burner, waiting to be built. The business grows wide, but not deep. You're building more content, trying new platforms, testing every tip you hear online, but without clear focus or support, none of it sticks. So here's where you gotta shift your mindset. Your time has to match your mission. If what you're doing all day isn't helping you make money, serve clients better, or create more space in your schedule, it's just noise and busy work. It's activity, not progress. Start asking yourself, is this a task that actually is building my business or just keeping me distracted from what really matters? Here's how you start to make the shift in your daily work. Before getting into all of that work you have going on, before even looking at your emails, I want you to write down 3 things you can do today that directly moves your business forward. Think revenue, client results, or time-saving changes, not admin work or busy tasks, and get to working on them. Keep them visible throughout the day as you filter for what truly deserves your time and attention. And ask yourself, are you honoring what matters? The goal is to stop reacting to noise and start taking daily intentional action towards profit-driven outcomes. This creates clarity, cuts overwhelm, and trains your focus towards growth instead of busyness. And look, this is exactly the kind of clarity I teach clients to build inside of Nexus. Because it's not about managing your time better or crossing off of the to-dos, but managing your focus towards what actually builds your business. I teach how to set up the structure so those priorities aren't buried under busy work. That's what structure does. It stops you from being busy just for the sake of being busy and help you get out of the reaction mode and into strategic momentum. The more time you spend on high leverage work, the faster your business compounds. So let's get into our final mistake, number 7, neglecting system optimization. Let's talk about what happens after your systems are in place, because too many women stop here. You build some SOPs, put tools in place, you train your team, and you check the box. But you never devise a plan to follow up and audit what's working, how might we improve, or where we might need to pivot, or just ensure it's still working as intended. You don't revisit to see, has the business outgrown the original setup? Optimization doesn't sound sexy, but it's the reason so many women are leaking profits without realizing it. It's the behind-the-scenes bloat, the duplicate steps, the outdated tech, and it shows up in slow delivery, missed follow-ups, and team confusion. I know, I myself am constantly trying to keep up. Technology is moving extremely fast, and that's both a challenge and an opportunity. Yes, it means there's always something new to learn or update, and that can feel overwhelming. But it also means we now have access to tools that can automate, streamline, and simplify the parts of our business that used to eat up a tremendous amount of hours. The key is staying intentional, not chasing every new app, but intentionally checking in to make sure your current tools and workflows are still the right fit for where your business is right now. Let me bring this home for you. One of my clients had been running her business using a basic spreadsheet to track leads, a system that worked when she started but became outdated very fast. She kept using it out of habit, not realizing it was costing her. She was entering the same information in 2 different places, losing track of hot leads, and missing follow-up opportunities. All because she hadn't stopped to ask, is this still serving me? Is there a better way to handle this now that my business has grown? What would it look like if this task actually worked for me and not against me? That small blind spot was leaving real money on the table, and it didn't take a full system overhaul to fix it. But it did require us to pause, step back from the day-to-day, and ask better questions. Once we made space to really evaluate what was happening, we found simple changes that immediately saved time, reduced friction, and started moving the needle. When we don't make a plan to revisit different checkpoints of the business, here's what you're setting yourself up for. Bottlenecks sneak in and slow down your operations without warning. Efficiency drops and your team spends more time managing the system than using it. Your profit margin quickly erodes, not because of poor sales, but because of avoidable leaks and inefficiencies. Inside the Nexus Small Business Roadmap, we teach you how to build systems that grow with your business, not ones that quickly break behind the scenes while you're focusing on serving clients. That's where the real leverage shows up, not just in having processes, but in learning how to refine them as your business evolves. So what's the mind shift here? Realizing small improvements compound into massive capacity. It's not always about working harder or adding additional work to what you have going on already, but if you want to grow, you have to plan to grow. You have to think about optimization and optimize what you already have in place. So here's how I would suggest you fix this. Once a quarter, pick one process to optimize. Just one. Remember, we're reducing the chaos, not adding to it. Then you track it, put it on a timeline, and ask a couple of questions. Is this still working? Where's the friction? Where are we losing time or clients? And how can this be simpler, faster, or more reliable? Nothing more, nothing less. Optimization isn't a luxury. It's the work of leadership. A well-oiled system doesn't save time. It gives you the space, energy, and confidence to scale without spinning out of control. That's where the real profit leverage shows up. When your systems stop holding you back and start working on your behalf. So there you have it. As I close up this 3-part series, let's recap the last 2 mistakes. Mistake number 6 is letting task chaos steal time from the real work that drives growth. Mistake number 7 is thinking once a system is built, you're done. Well, when in reality, systems that aren't optimized, they start leaking time, money, and energy the minute you stop paying attention. These aren't surface level slip-ups. They're deep, structural issues that quickly drain momentum. But the good news, they're all fixable. And you don't need a bigger team, more hours, another accreditation, or fancy tech to scale. You just need the right structure, the right support, and a clear plan of action. This wraps up my 3-part series on the 7 profit-draining mistakes women business owners make. If you saw yourself in any of these, good. That means you're paying attention. Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? At Nexus, we teach women and minority-owned businesses how to move from chaos to clarity by empowering them to build systems and processes that grow and sustain their business. I hope this series has been helpful in giving you the clarity that you didn't know that you needed. If you're ready to stop running in circles and start leading with intention, Click the links in the description below. Let's fix what's been slowing you down so you can finally run your business and not let your business run you. Hey there. If you felt seen today, this space is just for you. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated. Drop a comment, ask a question, and share this episode with another woman who may need to hear it. If you're ready to take action right now, grab my resource, The 7 Profit Draining Mistakes Keeping Women Business Owners Stuck. The link is waiting for you in the description below. And if you want to go deeper, hop on my email list, because real strategy doesn't live in your feed, it lives in your inbox. That link is in the description below as well. Also, get on the list for my upcoming 5-day clarity accelerator. We're walking through the exact systems that take you from chaos to clarity. You've been listening to the From Chaos to Clarity podcast with Michelle. Remember, chaos doesn't have to be your norm. Structure creates freedom, growth builds momentum, and leadership changes everything. Let's go get it.